Emmanuel Abikoye, also known as the chief coach of Lagos. A round of applause for him. If you know that chief coach has had an impact in your life, I want you to keep clapping until he comes on stage. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon once again. Then when I greeted us, it was in the morning. Now it's in the afternoon. Hello. Oh, okay. Now we are in the afternoon. So let me greet you. You know, in Yoruba land, the other tribes, most especially the Igbo speaking people, they say Yoruba, they like to greet so much. They say, Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàsán, ẹ káalẹ́, ẹ kú ìjẹun, ẹ kú ewu ọmọ, ẹ kú ìjókòó, ẹ kú iṣẹ́. So, as a Yoruba boy, I'm also greeting you, ẹ káàsán. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope we are all enjoying ourselves. I feel we should just share the grace and go home. Yes, because from what we've learned so far from the panel session, the panel session is so deep, like so revealing. And a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, they have already touched them one after the other. And it's not as if it's one person that touched it, you know, from Avbam to John to Jaden to Anne to Bosse, you know. They all touch all of the aspect that I wanted to talk about. But because they have smuggled me into the program, I still have to deliver my speech. So thank you for having me. Today, we are at the BRG Sales and Growth Summit 2026, and I'm going to be speaking on building wealth through consistent real estate sales. So according to the name of this event, it's growth and sales. So it's a two-in-one. It's a two-in-one program. We're going to be talking about growth, and we're going to be talking about sales. So please, I will indulge us all to pay attention as we navigate this program together. So, building wealth through real estate, through consistent real estate sales. Understanding market shift, buyer's trend, and wealth opportunity in the Nigerian real estate sector. Real estate is not just a hustle. It is a wealth vehicle. Do you agree with me? Real estate is the safest wealth building vehicle that I have known, that has been working for billionaires and is still working up to today. So it's not just a hustle. And I'll take us back to the panel session where the panelists also addressing this thing one after the other. I'll pick it up from what Avban says. Like, we all saw what happened when the compare call on some of us on stage and they were asking us questions about the product we're selling. And fortunately and unfortunately, some of us could not confidently just mention name of the product. We couldn't. Apologies to those that came upstairs. I salute your courage, at least for you to even come. It's something. Thank you. But we need to start treating this thing as a business. It's not just an hustle. It's just not hustle. Yes, a lot of us, we came into this game trying to look for means of surviving, just like myself. I also came into the real estate space, after doing a lot of things. Okay, This one came, they said we can make money, we came in. And why we grow in the business, we saw the opportunity that we need to stop treating this thing like a hustle, that we need to create a niche for ourselves in it, and then we head onto it. And we've been able to build from that level to this current level we are, and to the next level that we are going. Many enter into real estate, but few of us build. Most join real estate to survive. Only the strategic and disciplined stay long enough to build wealth and legacy. The market also has evolved. Buyers, competitions, trust requirements, and intelligence tools have all fundamentally changed the game. Do you agree with me? You don't agree. But we all heard it when they were saying it. Like when we were talking about objection, and she said, no, I think it was Dancy Rito that said she used to dress the way, from the industry she were coming from, the way she used to dress. And now, to her, she thought she would be able to make sales. She will be able to connect with people. She will be able to get clients, attract clients. But none of it was working because buyers, they are more aware now. They are well informed. They are looking. They are not just looking at the dress. They are not just looking at the attract. Yeah, there is a point of connection. But when they connect with you, what next? So the game has changed. Gone as those days when we can sell an entire estate with just ordinary signage. Gone are those days. Even gatehouse are not selling estate anymore because the game has changed. So if you cannot confidently talk about what you are selling, you cannot confidently convince a client or a prospect of what you're selling, then you are definitely not ready for business because the game has really changed. The game has really changed. It's not just by saying I'm a realtor. Everybody now is a realtor. But the game has changed. The competition is very, very tough. And you need to position yourself as the go-to person if you want to keep selling and grow along the way. Winners are separated. Market intelligence and consistent execution now draw lines between average agents and wet builders. Market intelligence is a very integral part of this business that you need to get yourself used to. 3 pillars of sales, 3 key pillars of sales and marketing. First on the list is market intelligence. At this current age, you need enough of market intelligence. Enough of it. Because that is what's going to separate you from every other person. That's what's going to separate you from every other person. As we are all here in this room, over 1,000 of us, whether we like it or not, we are all competitors. We are all competitors because we are trying to sell the same product to the same market. We are selling the same product to the same audience. So how can you differentiate yourself? Product knowledge is another pillar. But market intelligence will set you out. Will set you apart from the others. You need to understand where is the market moving to. What is driving the market? Deep knowledge about the real estate industry. Deep knowledge about the real estate players. Deep knowledge about everything that has to do with the real estate and Nigerian economy at large. You need a lot because talking about content creation, when the panel started, one of the panelists talked about she leveraging on YouTube. John also talked about leveraging on YouTube. Is it videos we just sit in the corner of your bedroom and say, investors, come and buy this property, it's located here? That's not what they want to hear on your YouTube channel. They want valuable content. And before you can be able to churn out valuable content, you need a lot of intelligence to understand the business. You need to understand the business. You need to understand how you can communicate value effectively. Market intelligence, a very key part of sales. Product knowledge, also a very key part. Like our brothers, they ask us, mention 5 estates, you don't know. By the time they go further, they say, what's the title this property has? Can you communicate the benefits this property has? Can you communicate the value this property has? Then, you that do not even know the name, how do you communicate the other things? So product knowledge is very, very important. Very, very important. Then understanding the sales process. Another key pillar of marketing and sales, you need to understand the sales process from the awareness part up to when you close. It's very, very important. You know, I'll keep going back to what happened. I think they saw my slide. I don't know. So in their conversation, they also talked about that. They didn't talk about following up, constant following up, you know, making yourself visible to the social medias and a lot of that. But I believe we have other speakers that will come on the stage after me to also address all of these things. So anybody can sell once. Wealth belongs to those who can sell consistently and strategically. Talking about growth. The Nigerian market is going through a major shift. Challenges retailers faces. Inflation is reducing buyer purchasing power. Construction costs remain highly unstable. Buyers are more selective than ever before. Investors demand verified documentation. Social media has amplified developer scrutiny. And diaspora investors require full transparency. Do you agree with all of these things? You see, the market has changed. The audience are now aware. They now have a lot of information that you don't have. Because the social media has made the whole world a global village. Diaspora investors require full transparency because a lot of them have lost money. A lot of them have invested wrongly. So how do you position yourself to talk to them, to listen and buy from you? Social media has amplified developer scrutiny. A lot of money have been lost to developers that do not have integrity. Social media is now calling them out. That is the new courtroom. Before you know it, you see. No. I want to make a gesture. I don't want to mention name, but you know what we are talking about. So the social media space now has put a lot of our developers under strict scrutiny. So developers are not selling the way they are selling before. So it has now proven that you need to show capacity before clients can trust you, before investors can trust you to invest their money with you. Investors now demand verified documentation because of what we talk about, market intelligence. A lot of us now, we now do video, sensitizing the realtor, how to process your CFO, what the land title you need to know, what is a gazette, what is this, what is that. So they now have all of this information that guides their decision making. So if you are not up to the level, you won't be able to sell to them. Buyers are more selective than ever before, and the construction cost has also remained constantly unstable. And inflation is reducing buyers' purchasing power. But the opportunities still remain very massive. In the midst of all of this problem, the opportunities still remain very, very massive. Housing demands continue to outpace supply. So in the midst of all of this, we still see opportunity in the real estate business. There's a very huge gap in the housing deficit. So whether we like it or not, the real estate business is still a business that is still booming and will continue to boom. It's still a business that a lot of billionaires are leveraging us as a wealth building vehicle because of the massive deficit we have in the housing sector. Land appreciation remains strong and steady. This is another opportunity. Land keeps appreciating. Lands keep appreciating. And it remains strong and steady. Rental demand is rising across all segments. We are all a party to this. Because we all know how much we pay house rent 2 years ago compared to how much we are paying now. You know, for a lot of us, our house rent is times 3, times 4, even if you stay in the village. So it's a signal that the business is still a wealth building vehicle. Strategic corridors are expanding rapidly. Infrastructure is creating new wealth zones. Smart investors are still aggressively buying. So you can see in the midst of all of this problem, in the midst of all of this social media call out, in the midst of all of what we are facing currently in the housing sector, the opportunities are still there. But the market no longer rewards noise. It rewards structure, credibility, visibility, and knowledge. The only people that stand to gain from the market as it is today are people with structure, people with credibility, people with visibility, and people with deep industry knowledge. If you don't have all of these things, forget about it. Even though you are selling, what you'll be making are just the leftover. Leftover. And how do you grow? When you are collecting from the leftover, from the crumbs. If you truly want to earn from this market, if you truly want to earn from real estate industry, as a salesperson, you need to have structure, credibility. You need to be more visible. And you need deep industry knowledge. Because that's the only thing that can take you far. Why many realtors stay busy but never build wealth? Common wealth killer. Inconsistent sales activity month to month. Inconsistent sales activities month to month. Spending commission emotionally and not strategically. No investment or long-term financial plan. Relying on random deals instead of a system. No structure, client pipeline, or follow-up. Confusing a busy schedule with financial progress. From what we heard, the panelists that just left the stage, you see, one of them talked about, the moderator asked them, what are the things that you were doing differently this year that put you as one of the top raters? And if you look at all of this list, there's none. None of them said anything on this. Because JD's talked about constant follow-up. Like she has the contact, the list, and she keep entering into their DM because she wants to continue making sales week in, week out. A lot of us, as realtors, we are just too comfortable. We're just too comfortable. We are just here to chase the top salespeople. We are here to just cheer the top salespeople. We are not asking them, how are they doing it? What are the things that they are doing differently that put them at that position of top sales realtor? Abam says she has been doing Instagram. But lately she discovered that TikTok is the next thing for her. And she has been spending resources to see how to understand the algorithm work so that she can position herself better. What are the things that you are doing differently as you are sitting down here? What are the things that you do last year that did not work for you? How are you improving on them? Or what are the things you are doing to change that strategy? Then what are the things that you did that even worked for you that you need to improve on for this year? The hard truth: some realtors make millions every year and remain financially unstable. And the reason is not far-fetched. It's because they never convert income into asset. Every naira hand flows straight out on lifestyle, emotion, and impulse instead of being redirected into land, property, and investment that compound over time. Commission can make you rich temporarily. Asset awards make you lasting wealth. I think this area talks about the growth aspect of what we're talking about. As a realtor, don't forget the fact I say this, the theme for this event is 2-in-1. It's address sales and also address growth. But you can't grow if you are not making sales. If you are not making sales as a realtor, there's no way you can grow. One of the panelists talked about she investing in properties, and she used that as a convincing tool to market some of her clients. And because of that, a lot of them, see, some of these our clients, they're also very biased. Because if you tell them you have property in XYZ project, they felt if this project fail, that means you are losing money. So because of that, they want to buy. After must also say, put yourself in their shoes. You have to put yourself in their shoes. So when they see you that you are wearing the same shoe, they also want to wear it with you. But if you are not wearing the shoe because you are not making sales, they won't listen to you now. These are proven facts. And you hear it from people that they have tread that path and they are telling you from what they have learned, what they have discovered. So if you are not making sales, how do you intend to grow? You want to be part of the people that tell the story of how Ibejuleki was selling, Ayepe was selling, when Shongotedo was developing, and you do not have anything. You want to be the realtor that tell them, buy this farm project so that you can earn XYZ. But you don't own even 1 acre. Because you are not selling. Because if you are selling, you will make enough money to also be part of the people that will benefit. So that when you grow and you start telling your children that, when this place was selling, we are see, I used to tell my people, see, me too have been in that category before. Recently, when, due to the coastal road development around this our axis, most of this is good to do. And whenever I'm driving through either the shop Novara Mall to connect coastal, or I drove through the Eko-Akete axis to connect the coastal road, and I see lands left and right, I used to tell my people that we are in the car together that, sometimes, let me say it in Yoruba so that you will understand. If you do not understand Yoruba, you ask the person sitting close to you. I say, àwọn tó máa ń jèrè ilẹ̀, àwọn tó máa ń jẹ ìyà ilẹ̀, àwọn kan ló máa ń jèrè o. Should I interpret it? I say, the people that suffered on a land, you are always going to the bush, showing your client, buy this, Dangote is coming, buy this, this one is coming. But you did not buy. You see, that Eko-Akete road that you are now passing through, that Monasi road that you are now passing through to connect the coastal road, was one of the people that suffered on that route. Because there was no road. Me, Benga, Dr. Tony, Miss Ololade Abuta, have once at a time jumped on a swan buggy from that Monastery Junction down inside that road that you are seeing now, that we are now calling the coastal road. We've jumped on canoes because there's no road. So most times, same thing as a Kwakete. So most times when we drive to that place, because we are still realtor, we are selling then. I'm talking about 2016, 2017, 2018. No road. It was bush. We were always in that place trying to get clients to buy this, to buy that. But we did not have money to buy. What our money can afford is the Bejuleki. Thank God we even bought the Bejuleki then. So whenever I pass through that place, and that place is now open. Like, imagine we bought land then. Then land was selling for 2.5 million, 3 million, 5 million. We didn't buy. I would say, I want to Gia because we suffer for that place. For that road. We suffer for that road. So I don't want your story to be like that. Your story should not be like that. You have to grow. As you are, because the game has even changed. It's more easier to sell now than then. Do you agree? It's more easier. Because you have all of the tools. One, the AI and all of these things that make it possible. Number two, because of the AI and the internet, you have a wider audience of people that you can also reach. So it's more easier to sell now than then. So you need to take this thing very serious, because don't see it as a hustle, see it as a wealth building opportunity. What every smart realtor must understand right now, the premium market, just like we say, the market has changed, so you need to understand. Title, the premium market is about title and security, and these are non-negotiable. Lifestyle positioning drives. Credibility open this door for those playing in the premium market. And when we talk about the premium market in Lagos, we're talking about the VI, Ikoyi, and stuff like that. They're the income market. Strongest demand due to housing shortages. Flexibility payment plans accelerate conversion. Documentation is a deal maker or a breaker. This mid-income, we're talking about the market from Lekki down to this our axis here, Shangotedu. Then the emerging corridor. Aggressive land banking underway. Infrastructure growth, fuel appreciation, first movers capture maximum upside. So for this market, it's from probably Eleko down to Ibeju, Ogun State, where we have all of this farmland that we are selling. See, some of this farmland, it depends on how you were able to talk to your client convincingly that they will buy from you. 20 years ago, or some 30 years ago, all of these places too, they were farmland. They were bush. They were bush. They were waterlogged area, river. But some people bought it, even as at then. So you need to, as a realtor, you need to understand the market and understand where to play, the market to play. So you can strategically just position yourself and be making your cool cash. Do you want to play within the premium market? Do you want to play in the mid-income market? Or do you want to play in the emerging corridors? Anyone you choose to play, fine. But just understand that you need to gather a lot of information, understand the market, so you can be able to communicate value effectively to your client and prospect. Lagos is no longer one market. It is multiple micro markets, each with distinct buyers' behavior, price point, and growth trajectory. There was a particular time I was trying to market to a client that stays in Banana Island to come and buy a property in Eleko Axis then. The man categorically told me that anything that is not within the VI Ikoyi, I should not talk to him about it. Even when Eleko was still very, very cheap, I said, buy now, you have the money, you can buy in acres, keep. I said, no, I am not interested. So then, the market intelligence did not tell me that this man is playing within the premium market. Just go and look for something for him within this premium market and sell to him. Because there are a lot of people that don't want to. He told me that, don't worry, because I was giving him projection that in the next 5 years, this is how it is. Say, when that place becomes somewhere like Banana Island and they're selling for billions of naira, I will buy. So they don't care that you are selling for 25 million now. When they are selling it for billions, because a lot of capital appreciation will happen, a lot of infrastructure will happen along that axis. They say when they are selling for billions, I will buy. But now, I'm not interested. So you need to understand where you want to play. Are you playing the premium? Are you playing the mid-income? Or you want to play in the emerging corridors? Or die. Now die. Today's buyers is smarter, more careful, and harder to win. Before, emotional, hype-driven decisions, little to no due diligence, trusted anyone with a listing, bought on impulse and excitement. We've talked about these things. Buyers before, they buy with emotions. When you hype, you tell them, buy now, Dangote is coming. In the next 5 years, this is out. They buy. They do not do diligence. None will even come to site. It is the document you give to them. If it tells them the title is Gizzard, they buy. Gizzard or Gazette. Dr. Tony, when he started then, he did not know the difference between Gizzard and Gazette. He told the client that the title is Gizzard. Then the client was asking, what is Gizzard? And I said, wait, let me call my upline. Don't be like that too. So, it's not Gizzard, it's Gazette. But a lot of them buy because they did not even understand the decision. They don't know. Decision is coming. Buy 5, I get 1 free. They buy. They bought on impulse and excitement. But it's no longer today. Today, they verify document before paying. They research developers online first. She said it. They called her. Have bank come and sell for us now. This and that. If she's about the commission, she will look. How much are we paying? 100%. With one big car. She will just jump on it. But she didn't. She said, okay. She asked questions. Just the simplest question. And because of that, the same way client will ask you, or the same way client will ask or verify the developers. So the story has changed now. They compare multiple agents and projects. You see? See where the competition is coming in. Imagine if you and Halfbam now they try to sell to one client. Who will win? You've already agreed. Hey! You see? They will not compare you that, see the way this one was talking to me. See the way this one. So, if they could not find that trust in you, then it's a goner. They demand flexible payment structures and ask hard questions about title and value. You see, this demanding flexible payment structure, recently, late last year than early this year, a lot of our developers sold multiple units of houses because of the mortgage plan structure that they have within their project. So if you're a developer in this room and you have good mortgage system attached to your project, it's going to sell because these are what people are asking for now. They ask other questions about titles and value. People are no longer buying properties alone. They are buying confidence. They need that in you. They are buying trust. They are buying safety and long-term assurance. The realtor who educate better will always sell more consistently. Do you agree with me? The realtor who educate better will always sell more consistently. Where the money is moving, Nigeria, I think we've talked about this. For the Lekki axis, they established wet corridors, strong premium residential demand, high short let and rental value. So it depends on where you want to play. If you choose to play in this corridor, these are your values. What you use to communicate to your clients, build content on it, then strategically see how you can talk to them convincingly to buy from you. The Bejuleki axis, before I go to Beju, this short let and rental yield is this most especially short let is one of the things that is causing the high rent rate that we are currently experiencing. So if you could position yourself in that packet to talk to your client, we have a couple of properties in that corridor that they can buy and then use for short let basis. Commercial expansion accelerating, diaspora and HNI buyers they concentrate more on this market. The Bejuleki market, Dango Refinery at deep seaport is doing amazingly very well in convincing clients to also position in that corridor. Industry and logistic corridor, imagine coastal road driving land acquisition. This one is a no-brainer. Smart investors are still positioning early. Lagos mainland, my mainland people. Strong middle class rental demand, buyers affordability and empty prices. Yaba, Bagada, and Surulere mainland is rising affordable housing and long-term wet player. Infrastructure creates migration creates demand, and demand creates wealth. Where smart investors are placing their money, infrastructure corridor, strategic land banking, resort income assets, and verified development. This is investment intelligence. Where smart investors are placing their money, where there is infrastructure, where in area that are strategic for land banking, rental income, where they can be rest assured that they will get good rental income, and where they know that the properties you are selling to them is verified and clean. So why consistency always beats the occasional big deal? Inconsistent return, you depend on luck and timing. Luck and timing. Prayer session and vigil. Yeah, what God cannot do does not exist. Inconsistent return. It is you that they will see when they are doing one program in TBS. Before you know, they are doing another one in Onikon. You go there. Prayer is good, but you can't depend. You can't. Even the Bible says you need to work and pray. So work and pray. Inconsistent return, they depend on luck and timing. Emotional income circle. They chase quick money. Quick money. They live with financial pressure. It is them. You will hear a realtor say today I'm a realtor. But by the time you see that there's an MMS scheme, you will see them jump. They will just switch rope. They live with financial pressure. They work randomly and they barely build assets. For the consistent realtors, they depend on system and discipline. Stable and predictable growth, build long-term pipeline, operate with financial confidence, they work strategically and systematically convert income to wealth. This thing is very, very simple. Consistency is the real superpower in sales. The market rewards reliability than more than occasional brilliance. Selling is very easy. It's just that you are not doing it right. If you do it right, there's no juju in it. If you do it right, consistently, not today you are a realtor, tomorrow you are a forex trader, next tomorrow you are trading Bitcoin. Clients will not even trust you. But when they see that today is this real estate, tomorrow is real estate, next tomorrow is real estate, they believe, and you are growing. It's not that you are just in real estate. For donkey years, you are not growing. They won't trust you. So it is only realtors that depend on system and discipline that win. Create a system around your business and be disciplined. Your growth should be predictable. You need to build a strong, long-term pipeline. This pipeline is your sales funnel. I will still go back to this woman based on what she said, because I thought you saw my slides. She said, now she gets more sales from our pipeline, from our client, than what she gets from the advert that she do. Is it true of us? This real estate, you only need just very few clients. They buy right, they get their property, they are satisfied, they will refer you to the entire village. They buy right, not all of it that sell because of incentive, stomach infrastructure. You show them the right property to buy. They invest, they get their property, they are happy, they will introduce it to the entire village. So realtors that are winning are the ones that understand this long-term pipeline, not short-term relationship. Most of the time we get complaints from developers that say some of the realtors, once they sell, they get their commission, they don't hear from them again. So they are the one always, that the client always say, I'm not getting update from my realtor. It is the development company that is always sending updates. But the moment the realtor, maybe in the lungu that he or she is hiding, whenever she sees that the company has a new product, and probably maybe they send to the client, and the client reach out, you see that they come back and say, the company is trying to take my client. Now, why are you sending my client messages? Why are you sending my client offer? Let me be the one to sell. But you yourself, you are not even selling to the client. Your relationship with the client is one of, once you get your commission, you don't go. So realtors that are winning in this modern age are the ones that operate with financial confidence. They work strategically, and they systematically convert income to wealth. You need to build a sales machine, not a sales hustle. Daily lead generation. Prospecting must be a non-negotiable daily activities, not something you do when business slows down. You need to consistently generate leads every day. Consistently. Social media visibility. In today's market, invisible realtors struggle. Consistent online presence build trust before meetings. Visibility is the new, give me the right word to use. Visibility is the new currency. Yes. You need to stay visible. As a realtor, it's a show business. You can't hide. I can't post on my social media. You don't have any business to be in real estate. If you can't post on Instagram, you can't post on TikTok, you can't post on Facebook, and you say you are a realtor. I'm sorry. You are just escorting us to be cheering up the top leaders. You need to stay visible. It's not negotiable. You cannot face camera to do video. Do it anyhow. Do it and post it. You will improve on it. It's even easier now. Most of the smartphone we have teleprompter, all this CapCut and stuff. They have teleprompter. Put it in your phone and be reading it. Be reading it. Nobody knows you are reading it. You read it. You need to stay visible. It's not negotiable. If you want to be part of the top people, I don't know how you want to do it, but we have some of our trainers in the house. They're going to dwell more on it. And also we have the BRG Academy that is coming up. You can see the testimonial from some of the past students for the past cohort. what we're discussing here is just the surface. At the academy, I think at the announcement section, we're going to talk more what you stand to learn at the academy. This course, six is massive. So you can't afford to miss it. If you don't have money, go and borrow money. If you don't have money, go and borrow money. Is it because my time is up, you people switch off the screen? I'm almost done. Sorry. Please put it on. You need to consistently follow up. Build a strong follow-up system. Have a good referral structure. And also build a system around your business that can help in converting, most especially during inspection conversion. Converting inspection to sales require preparation, trust building, and follow up through and not luck. Sorry, I will share the slides so you can have access to it. Visibility creates trust creates sales. What strong realtors brand do? They educate their audience consistently. They show undeniable proof and results. They build trust publicly before they sell. They state visibly, not only when listing. They become known for a specific niche or corridor, and they turn knowledge into authority and authority into income. If you don't have enough intelligence, you can't do this. If you don't have enough market intelligence, you cannot do this. So it's not negotiable. You need market intelligence. Today's market reality, visibility. Clients find you before you find them. Consistency, show up, stay top of the mind. Consistently, it is when they see you every day. They see you in their dream. Then they remember you when they want to buy. They position you as a trusted expert. They eliminate price credibility, eliminate price objection. Knowledge position you as a trusted expert, and communication convert interest into signed deal. You don't just make money, you build assets that work for you. I think I've talked about this. When you make your money, these are how you can structure them. Long-term wealth is built intentionally. Market intelligence position you correctly. Consistent sales activities helps you in generating income. Financial discipline helps you to protect your income. Strategic investment helps you to multiply income. Long-term wealth and legacy ownership. Sales consistency is not luck. It is a deliberate result. Let me face this side. It is a deliberate result of market knowledge, discipline system, strategic feasibility, and long-term thinking. Knowledge equals to income. Income equals to discipline. Discipline leads to investment, and investment leads to legacy. At BRG, we are building the next generation of wealthy realtors. See what we are doing in BRG. So at BRG, we are building the next generation of wealthy income who must become market educator. It's not just say good money investors. Here, as you can see, the gatehouse is standing. They know the gatehouse is standing. What we are building are market educators who deeply understand and teach the market. Trusted advisors. People whom clients turn to for guidance and not just for listing. We are building wealth builders who convert commission into lasting assets. We are building ethical professionals who protect the industry reputation. We are building industry leaders who set the standard others aspires to reach. See, it is good, just like I said when I started, it is good to join the business as a means of survival. But if you want to stay long, you need to move from that, you need to have a mindset shift from that surviving mood to a builder. To a builder. That is the only way the market can listen to you and respect you. You need to educate. You need to be trusted. See, your client need to see you as a trusted person they can always talk to. It's not about, forget the commission. Commission will come. Commission is just an income, but you need to like have a structure. You need to have something that people can believe in. It is when they believe in you, you sell the value to them, then they give you in return their money. That's when you earn. When you communicate value, they get the value, then they will open their purse for you. That's when you earn. You are not ready to communicate value. You are not ready to educate. You are not ready to be a trusted advisor. You are not ready to be a wealth builder. You are not an ethical professional. You are not industry leader, and you expect to earn. As how now? As how? The wealth transfer of the next decade will go to professionals who prepare while others are merely watching. I will be fast now. The legacy, the leadership charge. The next generation of wealth leaders in Nigeria will not be the loudest online. They will be the one who understand the market more deeply than anyone else. Stay disciplined when others lose their way. Build trust intentionally over time. Position themselves ahead of major trends and think in decades, not just in deals. I think last week I was discussing with one of our top realtor. She said she attended one event, a real estate event, and in the event she looked around. It was one of the premium projects around the VI. She looked around, she couldn't find anybody that she knew. And the people in that room, they are all realtors. The way they dress, the way they speak, and it's not even as if they are wearing expensive things, but the way they wear it, the way they put their combination, the way they compose themselves, the way they speak. And the HNIs that were with them, she was just opening her mind. This is another level. So that is the level you should be aiming at. That is the level you should be aiming at. As a realtor, you need to be a builder if you want to stay in the game. Build income, build asset, build legacy. Lagos is expanding. Infrastructure is reshaping wealth pattern. Buyers' behavior is evolving. The market is multiplying its opportunities, and it strictly rewards the informed and the prepared. The greatest wealth transfer in real estate happens when prepared people recognize opportunities before the crowd arrives. The future of Nigerian real estate is already being built. The question is, will you merely watch it grow? I'm asking you this question. Or you will position yourself to grow wealthy with it. The future of Nigerian real estate. Please, I'm rounding up. Last slide is this one. The future of Nigerian real estate. We are building the future together, you know. You that you are there, that you are shaking this thing. The future of Nigerian real estate is already being built. The question to you, sitting down there, is, will you merely watch it grow? Or you will position yourself to grow wealthy with it? So search yourself. Ask yourself these deep questions. Then the answer that you come up with is your reality. Thank you so much.
A round of applause as he exits the stage. Thank you so much. And that is why we call him the chief coach of where? The chief coach of... Everybody say as